Looks like we're up.
Got it.
All right.
And we're live.
Very nice.
Awesome. All right. Well, I mean, I just have to say welcome everybody. It's been a minute, and the images that you all sent in are astounding. It's an amazing gallery,
Really?
and everybody should be super proud of yourselves for the work this last year.
Yeah, it's a pretty amazing gallery. We've got 184 images up there.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go through a little bit quickly. We'll leave the gallery up for a while so people can take a look at it and sort of really go through stuff. We've got some prizes to give away for a couple of ones that we thought are deserving of special mention.
Yeah, we're going to rip through a little bit. This is less a critique than more just a celebration of everybody's best image of the year. So we'll go kind of fast. We'll look at them all. And then at the end, we'll hone in. And Naya Evo has volunteered a 60C backpack. We're going to throw a medium ICU in it. Black. Yeah, I've got my red one here. We're going to give another deserving image, a circular polarizer, a new case revolution in whichever of the sizes we carry you want, 82, 95, or 112. And then we're going to give away some hats, whether people want a beanie or a baseball style hat, to a few deserving sort of honorees. And then we just have a few images that we can't help but point out were incredibly creatively done and stand out as being a little something different. So we're going to try to work all that in today. You want a quick announcement about the next office hour?
Yeah, the next office hours will be January 8th, or actually 9th. Let me just double check. Yes, January 9th.
January 9th.
And I think what we're going to do is we'll take your questions, and we'll also do a little discussion about, our photographic goals for 2024. What are we going to focus on? And so if you've got goals that you're trying to work on, or if you've got questions about how to do those types of goals, you can send them in to us. So
there we go.
And that's really it. You want to jump on in?
I think we probably, in the interest of time, should get going fast. Yeah. So, Brian, beautiful little moment captured here with the egrets. Great. And all the trio of them. Bruce, wow, what an insane moment. The crow is attacking.
We have a bunch of bird photos, really great bird photos in this gallery.
And a lot of really good ones, too. This looks like it was a bad day for a bunny. Crazy. Chris, wow.
A lovely movie shot.
Mist.
Yeah.
I love Dan, love the geometry of that. The lighting is something.
The black and white processing is really nice on that one too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dave, nice kind of abstract of bird in flight. Talk about capturing the moment, and not even cropped at all by the bill. That's awesome. Yeah. That's an Anhinga having a meal there.
That's a lovely shot.
Well, this is fun, Eric. Really, really cool. It's like the hang glider ride. This one's just crazy. The high key is fun. Just the frost. You must have gotten pretty darn close to this bunny.
Yep.
The lovely portrait.
It's a beautiful portrait. Yeah.
Great. Beautiful.
I love the moodiness of this one. It's just the color really works well,
It does. Yeah, that disappearing line is just great. Jason, as always, beautiful landscape. I love the mist rising and the long exposure on this one.
Yeah.
It's great. Jim, wow, that's nuts. The snake is fighting back as best it can. Nice and sharp too. Jim,
yeah,
beautiful. Jim
is an amazing photographer of musicians. He really is. He's one of the best we'd run into.
Did he say who was playing, out of curiosity?
He might have. You would ask that.
I mean,
he does.
Jim
I'm sure.
Jim is really evolving into a professional jazz photographer in the Bay Area and and elsewhere, and he's just phenomenal at it.
Drummer is Lorca Hart.
It's a beautiful image.
Yep.
Mark, I love those moments when you've had a windstorm and the feet haven't wrecked the landscape in Death Valley. You get these patterns, in dawn and sunset, you get that light. Beautiful. Way to be out there. Raleigh, you've given us so many amazing bear shots over the years. The light in this is just fabulous. And just, the texture, it's really nice. Hope still to get out there in Alaska shooting bears with you. Wow, there's a long lens view of the moon over the fire tower.
Yeah.
Nutty. That took some lining up. Wow, that's really fun. I love the backlight in this. It just makes that little seed pod pop. Very cool, Paul. Head on. The velvet's tearing off. That's really something. Nice skyline, Pete. I love the fall color.
Yeah.
And the sky. That's a fun spot to photograph from. It's beautiful. Rich, great moment with the fire dancer. I really like the way the smoke is trailing up out of this. Shadows and light. Rob,
this is a beautiful shot. This is a beautiful shot. It's a
really
composite. It's wonderful. One of his, I think, one of his first successes with the Z8. He left the Sony camp this year and joined Nikon. It's all right.
Well,
I'm used to it. So
Rob does love the night work, and that focusing and starlight view is quite a draw for those who do.
Yep.
Sarah, it was so fun being out in Moab with you. You were just a lot of fun on that workshop, and this is a great capture of that moon that we had on that trip. Stu, what a sweet,
another beautiful bird shot.
Beautiful, sharp. Terry, you've shown us so many great wildlife shots. My goodness. I love this one. It's like it's introducing itself to us. Ta-da! Yeah. Walt, wow. Lots of texture in the sky and the fall color there. Cool pano composition. Love the reflection. Walter, what a cool graffiti scene. There's a lot.
That's a fun shot. That's a really fun shot.
Yeah. This is where sometimes the symmetry just says put it right in the center, the rule of thirds. Oh, this is Al. This is a nice shot, Al, the window frame.
Yeah.
The light, the color. It's really nice.
Yep. Took that in Idaho earlier this year.
Bill, that we had fun at Mono Lake with some Milky Way work. This is really lovely shot. Boo, crazy shot. This is a multiple exposure. We looked at it and we were like, what is going on? It's a multiple exposure from the high line. And it's fabulous.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Really cool. Bruce, I always see your name and I think Army of Darkness. But cool nudibranch. That's such a lovely underwater shot. Bruce, I love this. There's a lot going on here. Mom and baby, dad with the fish, I'm thinking. Very, very cool. The backlight and the water spray.
Yeah, a really great shot.
Corin, the light in this is nothing short of spectacular, and the framing is beautiful, creating order from chaos and that light streaming through. Oof.
It's so hard to get a good forest shot. It really is.
It really is, and this one stands out.
Yep.
Christian, it just feels sentient, that rock sticking up back there. It's crazy. Love it. And the long exposure really works here. This is where I talk a lot about, I'm not such a huge fan of the 30-second long exposure. Usually I still like there to be texture and a feel emotion when we're, and this is striking that balance just right. So nice. Wow, this is crazy the way the streaks are playing through the reflection here in the golf course, David. This is a nice moment, nice light, nice reflections, cool sky.
The light is beautiful in that one.
Light is beautiful. David, I didn't know you photographed rallies. That looks like a ton of fun. Good moment. Very cool. DC. Wow. Head on.
That's crazy.
Yeah, DC, you get some wild places and you do a good job while you're there. Really nice work. Just right into the soul of that cat. Fabio, this landscape stands out. It's gorgeous. It's
Yeah.
going to be fun linking up with you in Mazatlan. This is really, really cool. And at one point I'd like to get out near where you live. I'd like to explore a little bit in those mountains around you.
Yeah.
Fred, fabulous light and moment, and that color is just wonderful in this shot.
Yeah.
Greg, wow. You when you were in the printing workshop with us, we had a lot of fun looking through some of your night stuff, and I'm proud to have had any part in you taking this journey to creating scenes like this. This is an amazing Alabama Hills image, and
Really is.
I love the touch of light. I think it's beautiful.
It's a beautiful shot.
Greg, fun night shot, creative. Blue hour is always nice for stars. This is just a great moment with the eagle about to strike. I wonder about the fish beneath. Nice hawk takeoff, Harley. Fun stuff. Harris, this is a really nice moment, and it's a beautiful sunset and soft in the edit.
I think it's a sunrise, but
it's a sunrise. Well, yeah, he's on the east. I forget.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm so West Coast. I just think of it always being a set over the water. But yes, beautiful.
It's been fun to watch Harris's journey over the years.
Yeah. And the line in this, it's just wonderful. I love it.
Yep.
It's a great shot, Harris. Jack, crazy macro, crazy spider macro, nice light.
Yeah. I don't want to meet that.
No. Jay, nice moment with the above and below. It's so fun to see ospreys everywhere I go these days. They've made such a great comeback.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff, this little guy is so cute.
Yeah. You showed that one to Pepper?
I haven't yet, but I'm going to. This is just phenomenal. She's going to be like, I want one, Dad. So cute. She wants a river otter. There's a pair of river otters on YouTube that are quite famous, and she thinks we should have one. I'm like, I don't think so. This is awesome with the bees and the butterflies. It's just the bee is inbound and the butterflies are watching.
It's a beautiful composition.
It really is. Bravo, Jimmy. Really nice. This one, the light's just wonderful, Joel.
Yeah.
Just wonderful. And I like the darkness that's in this. I love it. Really nice composition. Great way to recognize the light. And speaking of the light, John, wow. Wonderful, wonderful Monument Valley scene here. Just great. Another John Callery, great mist shot on the coast. I like the black and white here too.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
It's great to see so much more black and white work in the gallery.
I think so too. Jory, that's Shiprock, I'm pretty sure. I love this. Really interesting geometry and great moment out there. Good light, sharp, nice work.
Yeah, he said in his description that he spent a lot of time trying to find the right place where he could get for sunrise. Yeah.
That's
beautiful.
Nice. Wow, what a moment, Ken. Nice. Some of those, I'm pretty sure this is in Africa. I've seen some of these eagles there. I don't know if it's a harpy. I'm trying to remember, but wild birds. Great shot, great moment, intense.
What does Ken say? Martial eagle.
Oh, martial eagle. That's right. Yeah. That makes sense. Believe this is Badwater at night with a moon.
Yeah.
Fun stuff, Kyle. Interesting composition. I like the reflection. Moonstar. Laura, this is as fine a still life as I've seen in a while. It's really wonderful.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. It's just beautifully done.
The bird in the cage, the light. Yeah.
The whole scene just is, I mean, it really is a wonderful still life.
Yeah. Everything thought through. This is fantastic, Laurel. Great, sharp, the color. Nice, right on the eye. Lowell, cool shot. Love the pano. The snow really makes it.
Mm-hmm.
Michael, these two. The one winking, the other
Yeah.
oblivious. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really nice,
It
really
is.
nice shot.
Yep. When's mom coming back? This is a great Yosemite shot, Mike. Love the reflection. The light on the trees. And Mike, we have watched your wildlife photography evolve over many years now. And it's this close up is nice. It's a little intimate connective moment with this heron.
The composition is wonderful.
Yeah, composition's great. I love that you didn't crop the lily pad down below and that bubble on it. It really nice work, man. It's fun to watch your photography evolve through the years.
Yeah.
No, it's fun, Miroslav. That's the reaching out to the sun. Maybe they're taking a selfie.
Mm-hmm.
Nice moment. Richard, I love this composition and I love the sun.
Yeah.
That little light back there, timing it so that it's turned toward the camera. And it's a long exposure. Things are smooth. The clouds are flowing by. There's something a little dreamy about it. It's really nice.
Very nice minimal.
Very nice minimal. Ron, you always are out there spotting the lines and the patterns and the shades in everyday normal life. And this is just another example. Beautiful, man. And I like the black and white. Santa, nice, interesting sort of travel scene, taking us to another place.
Mm-hmm.
Scott, the composition and moment of this is amazing. I just love it. And both of their eyes sharp, and I just love how soft and green it all is.
Yeah.
Wow, what a sunrise, Scott. I like the guy out on the dock enjoying it too.
Yeah. Might be him.
Tim, I love this one.
This is a beautiful shot. A really beautiful shot.
When I see stuff from you again, I sort of think of the 007 soundtrack playing in my head. But I think this is just that this has such a feel for just the mood of the place. It's beautiful. Love it.
Yeah.
Tony, I got your book, man. I owe you an email. Thank you with the puffins. It's wonderful. And we had such a good time with you in Cuba. I remember seeing this while we were there when we were doing image review. This is amazing. And I love the fact that you left the broom and the cleaning supplies and the can and the bag. The drain, it just works so well. Beautiful shot. Love it. Trace, what a cool Western scene. Really nice.
Yeah, the lighting is beautiful in this one.
Yeah, and the motion of the cowboy headed toward the cows and the backlight, it just all works really well.
Yeah.
It's nice, man. I got a Milky Way out there, Babette. Nice. Good composition. Brian, I remember this morning. I still sort of regret not dashing up from down below when I saw the clouds start to shift colors. You and Rick were there.
He camped out there and he got the shot. He really did.
Yeah, it was lovely. We got nice stuff down below too, but up above was the place to be that particular morning. Nice, Chris. Good little moment. We've had our share of bears this year.
Yeah. Yes, we have.
Fun little waterfall scene, Chris. I like the tree and giving it its space that's needed.
Yeah, it's a beautiful composition. The flow through it is pretty nice.
Dave, it looks like a car commercial shot.
It really does. It really does.
With the lady bighorns rolling through. Very cool. John, those rolling hills.
Yep.
Nicely framed. Karen, what a cool winter scene.
Yeah. Yeah. It's beautiful.
It is really beautiful. I love the color in the building and the way it just pops from that cold Sure.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You get the coldness in that shot.
Yep. You feel cold. You feel cold. Another nice heron shot, Paul.
I really love it. It's
Mhm.
just it's like a statue, you know.
And there's something about the old piling there that, or the trees, the snag. It looks like it was cut, but that
Yeah.
something about the pattern in the wood really works
Mhm.
well too. What a moment, Silvio. This is crazy. You know, I don't know. There's a shutter speed fast enough with these guys doing flyby head to head like that. You had to be tracking one and the other's going the other direction.
We couldn't have done this a decade
Yeah.
ago. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a crazy thing about how the tracking has just gotten so amazingly crazy. I mean,
For
it's
sure.
just nuts.
Yeah, it is. Great work. Tony, this is fun. I think it's a long exposure at the airport. Very,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yep.
Very fun.
I love the art.
Alan,
Yeah.
Milky Way over the old abandoned stuff. Yeah, we know this spot, Albert. This is a place I
Yeah.
love to take workshops in the Tetons.
Nice putting the tree in the foreground too. That stump.
I like it.
Works really well.
It does. It's really nice. The reflection's lovely. Yeah, Schwabiker
Beautiful
Landing.
place to be.
Mm-hmm. Alex, way to find a nice leading line into our scene here. Great moment. Nice Sunstar. Anuj, these kingfishers are the fighter planes of the bird world. You know, David Archer was in Slovenia and was in a floating blind and was so proud of some of his kingfisher and flight shots, that this just jumps out at me as being an astounding image. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
Bill, wow, crazy colors, fun lit colors. Bob, nice scene. I love, you know, they call that sort of the penumbra, like the shadow.
Yeah.
It just post sunset, pre sunrise. I love that moment when you get those mauves and purples and that soft scene. Really, and the sharpness of the pier going out into it. I think it's really nice.
Yeah.
Offset. What a great moment. It's crazy because it, you know, why is the baby bird so small?
Yeah.
The big bird so little? I don't, yeah, I mean, that's one I'm going to need some biological explanation for. It's like a Lilliputian scene going on here. It's very cute. I love, you know, Brenda, this is fun. You know, when you've gotten enough sharp images of things, changing shutter speed, playing around, you know, intentional camera movements, those kinds of things. Very cool. Very creative. Yeah. Carrie, lovely fall scene. Great lines.
It is. It's a beautiful scene.
Carol, nice moment with the tall folk in the bush. Cool stuff. Probably show that one to Pike and Pepper too. Chris, nice sunset. This one's interesting. Did we determine, was this a slow shutter or multiple exposure, Rick? Did we?
I think this is slow shutter. I think this is slow shutter.
Very cool.
It's wonderful. It's really wonderful.
Very cool, Chris.
Yeah, let me just double check here. Where is it?
Very cool.
Yeah, double exposure, actually. Double exposure handheld at a 30th of a second.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, so a little of both, kind of. Very cool. This one's nuts. I looked at it at first, you know, at first blush, especially small in the gallery. I thought, oh, you know, it's an editing trick, you know. And then I looked at it again. I'm like, those are totally different pilots. And then you look at it and you're like, well, the closer one looks a little longer despite being the same. No, this is actually a shot. This is nuts. Yeah. Again, things we wouldn't have been able to do before. Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy cool. Nice. Like the reflection. Really nice work, KFCS. Oh, you know, let's give credit, Cliff. That was just crazy. Crazy. Dale, yeah.
I love this. This image is just funny to me.
It is. It reminds me a little bit, like, you know, from the other side of our old mayor here in Portland, Bud Clark's Expose Yourself to Art, where he's flashing the piece of art and it's seen us from behind, you know, with the overcoat.
Yep.
like this stork is showing us the goods here. This is nuts, Dale. I mean,
Yeah.
again, yeah. How often does that happen? I don't know.
I've never seen this.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I don't know if
that's
they have some
crazy.
symbiosis or if that little bird is just ballsy as can be. Dan, fun strobe work here.
Yeah.
Work in a darkened room and let all the light be from the flash and fire a sequence. This is very cool.
Yep.
Nicely done. Wow, Dana, I've
Bad
seen.
day.
Yeah, this is a crazy image. It's just the exact, the composition, the moment.
The two guys in the back saying, well,
bummer, Fred. Just crazy. Just crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
Daniel, a spot I know well from being there last month. Beautiful morning. Great job.
Yeah. I think we might even see one more of those.
Yeah, or two. Dan,
this is beautiful.
Beautiful.
This is really beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Really lovely. It's such a beautiful place. Wow, that's a really nice job, Dan. I love the reflection.
Mm-hmm.
Our very own Darren. I love the mist. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love how the top right triangle of it is lit with the mist and the championships. And it's just wonderful. Really, really nice. That's a fave, Darren. Dave, this is fun. The texture is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, these lines pull you right in, David. Crazy color in the rocks.
Yeah.
Wow. Long exposure.
Fun
Clouds a little blurred.
Yep.
Another long exposure. Cool stuff, Dudley.
That Mono Lake.
Yeah. That's a lovely Mono Lake shot. Very unique, very different.
Mm-hmm.
Frank, this is a great moment. Rough.
Rugby.
Dreamy shot, Fred.
Yeah. Very
moody. Very moody. This one I like that he's walking away or she's walking away. Another great moment, Glenn. Beautiful. That bird on the ear.
Yeah.
And Hakan, what another really nice moment. Great capture. Holt, cool, fall color, just the right amount of sky and water, and the egret down there.
Yeah.
Nice macro close up. Jason springs a ways off for us, but Gene, beautiful building, like this nice sky, the lines mirroring. Jerry, so fun to have you in Cuba. This is a lovely underwater shot. I think it was uploaded a little small on the resolution size, but we get the idea. It's a lovely image.
Really cool. Really cool underwater shot.
Really cool underwater shot. Jim, wow.
This is
what a moody, dark.
Moody as, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. AF, exactly. And I wonder, we're not really doing critiques. It's a beautiful image, but I wonder if there were just a little more shadow detail. I wonder if you're editing on a really bright monitor and it looks brighter to you than to those of us with our monitors turned down a bit. I don't know. But I love it. Wow. Very cool, Joe.
Yeah.
What a great sky. And the Christmas lights on the lighthouse, very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Great sky. Oof.
Yeah.
The star trails, John, over the meadow. That's a lot of work. Very cool.
Yep.
Another John, very cool building. I love the color and the light is really nice here. Tough to do in the forest.
Yeah. A couple of good forest shots this time around.
Kathy.
That's Raleigh's wife.
Say again?
Raleigh's wife.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Beautiful.
They go off and shoot bears.
Doesn't make me want to go off with them to shoot bears any less. What a great moment.
Yeah, that's fun.
It is really fun.
Speaking of fun.
Woo. No, not if you're the poor duck or whatever that is. Woof.
Yeah.
It's a rough business, man.
Yep.
There it is. They are some killers.
That, yeah.
I really like this, Marissa.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Great use of negative space and color and motion.
Yep.
Beautiful. Mark, very Pelusi image to me.
Mm-hmm.
Love those skies and the colors that you get out there when the light hits. Woody and I had a nice trip out there years ago too, and Rick and I have been out there a lot with people. Fun, long exposure, Mark.
Yep.
Very
Rowena
cool.
Point.
Hmm?
I recognized Rowena when I first looked at that in one of our places out in the gorge. That's just a great place to go shoot.
Yep.
Really nice work on this one. I know it was a lot of work for you.
Yep. Great Milky Way. Mark. Wow. Very
We saw
dreamy.
this in the Yellowstone workshop.
Yep.
We showed this on the first day, and it's just a beautiful morning, misty sunrise.
Love the clouds.
Yeah.
Long exposure kind of works on this one. Mark, another super moody shot. It comes up a bit dark on my monitor, but I can tell, it's just gorgeous. Again, I wonder if you might turn your monitor down editing just a little bit. I love it though. I love the lines of it and the moodiness of it, and the light on those ridges. Matt, spectacular minimalist image of Mount Baker here. It took me a minute. I've been up in North Cascades on climbing trips a lot, and I'm trying to place exactly what angle of Mount Baker this is from. I said to Rick, it looks like Mount Baker, but maybe not. And it was beautiful the way the clouds mirror the ridgeline in the foreground, and then those disappearing.
It's a wonderful photograph. It really
is. It really is dreamy. Landing in on the tree. Nice and sharp on the eye and face of that eagle.
Yeah.
Wow. Nina, love the sky in this.
The sky is beautiful.
And a really nice balance between the water and the sky.
Yeah, it works well.
Really does. Beautiful shot of the sailing ship and the mountains. Wonderful. Pascal, lovely forest scene. Those kind of overcast with a little directional light. Those are the days to be out there. Perfect light. Nice composition. Pat, very cool. Sometimes you want it straight up the middle when you've got the symmetry, and particularly with architecture. And this one works really well. And the way the sky lined up for you too, it's very different on the left than it is on the right. And I think that works really well.
Yeah.
Patrick, your images always astound. I love the shallow depth of field and the raindrops and the light and the perfect composition in this.
The person in the background. Yeah.
The red repeating in the background, the warmth. Still, Kyoto's high on my list. I will be letting you know when that happens. Beautiful. This one's very, very cool, Paul.
Yeah. This is another one that's just really well done.
I mean, we always roll up on these things and we think, how can I slow it down? And instead, capturing it fast really works well here. Really
and the specular highlights work beautifully too.
Yeah.
Those on the breaks a little bit of the rules and yet still works really well.
Yep. 100%. Paul, wonderful polar bear scene.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Nice with the black and white too.
Crazy Peter, the view through the feathers.
Yeah.
Nice and sharp. Nice, Philip.
The
reflection's very cool. Almost looks like he's standing in a bowl of himself.
Philip is a master of light. He really is.
Really nice, Philip. Another nice. We got some wonderful bird images, Ralph. This one's great too. The light's fabulous, and it's a nice edit. Those aren't very easy, especially with that kind of hot backlight. A really nice job.
Yeah.
Great portrait, Ray.
This is really good. This is really well done.
Nothing in the scene to distract.
Yep.
All just places it. Ray, I love this one. I just think that the light and the shadow really, really working this and the pattern. It's an abstract that's grounded. And I remember being in there with you.
Yeah.
And it's a really good eye, man. Really nice. Great capture. That was a fun trip.
Mm-hmm.
Reno, love having this bit of foreground to ground us, and then the line sweeping up. These are complicated scenes and way to sort some order out of the chaos. This is really nice. Richard, beautiful mountain scene.
Yeah,
Beautiful
this one
mountain
is
scene.
just beautiful. The
Yeah.
texture in it is wonderful.
What really stands out to me is this cloud wrapping around the ridge over here. It's just all of it. Yeah, it's lovely. Ha, Rick, that was a great day, wasn't it? I mean,
Yes, it was.
I don't think we've ever had, and Rick Wadier and Rick LePage had the Ricks there in a great workshop crew, and we really nailed the right day to go there at the right tide and the right swell, and it was just, yeah, conditions have never been better for me at Thorswell than we had at this last year's workshop. It was great. RJ, what a lovely woodpecker shot.
Yeah.
Nice composition and moment. Ron, this is great. The reflection's so important in this. The cypress knees, very, very cool. Like the edit. It's lovely. Yep. Russell, nice long exposure. Sandy, oof, this is awesome.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously some kind of stork. I'm wondering where this was. What a nest, what a moment. Having them come toward you, the purple in the background, the light's wonderful. It's just great. What a great shot.
Yeah.
I had a nest building shot that was in my top 20 as I was narrowing down what's my favorite image of the year. And I'm glad I didn't throw it in because Sandy put this one in. I mean, it's good, but it's not this good. Scott, very cool. The moon, the cloud, the settlement, very, very cool. Minimal, interesting, black and white works. Such a nice shot, Sebastian. The reflections of the sky. This is a beautiful beach shot, and way to recognize that the people are just key to it.
Yeah,
really, really nice. I love it. Not much to say, but wow, Simon. I see beautiful architectural images, and I see beautiful black and white images. I see beautiful sky images. It's rare that I see them all together. And then to think to throw yourself or someone else in there.
Yeah, I think it's someone else, but yeah, it's a really awesome shot.
Special.
Yeah,
very, very special. Catherine. Nice still. Oh, it's kind of a still life of emotion art in the whittling. Very cool. Nice texture. Stephen, the terrain. I really like the way that the scaffolding, I don't know exactly what they call those, but comes out and frames this with the tracks below and that above. Nice mountain scene. The sky is very cool up there. The ridges. This puffin shot stands out. It's unusual.
Really unusual.
Yeah, it is. It's unusual. We see a lot of puffin pictures. This one,
especially ones with fish sticking out of their beaks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I love the out of focus puffin in the background. It's wonderful. And
it's a fabulous image, Steve. It really is, and sharp where you want it.
Yeah.
Tom, know this spot.
Yep.
Nice framing composition. Another Tom. Wow, isn't that just crazy?
Yeah.
Oof. Otherworldly. Blue Hour really works.
Yeah.
Seems a little scary what's going on.
Glad you're on the other side of the river on that one.
Yeah. Tom, this is one of the best jellyfish shots I've seen. Exhibits of jellyfish, the lighting, the color, the composition. Fantastic.
Yep.
That's the time to be out there, Dave. I love that peachy orange and the scene. Nice scene. Really nice scene. This is a nutso intentional camera blur shot, William. It's just a dreamy fine art shot.
Yeah.
I love the way the light wraps around the predominant tree trunk. It's
That's
just
one of my goals for next year, is to do a little bit more of the ICM stuff.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I've
Intentional
been
camera
playing
movement.
with it.
Yeah, yeah.
David's done some beautiful
He
work.
has. And I went through a little phase like 15 years ago. I saw
Yeah,
some stuff that
me too.
William what's his name? The old Ansel Adams protege.
William Neal.
Neal. Yeah, William
Yeah.
Neal does some really, really beautiful
Yeah.
IC work.
Keep it up, William. Keep it
Yeah.
up, William.
Exactly. But yeah, another William. This is beautiful. Yeah, inspirational. Wow.
It's a great pano. That's a really
It
great pano.
is. I love the line leading out and just the way, that builds up to this set of trees here. It really works well. And the clouds, you captured just the right amount of element in there. There's a lot going on and you simplified it. Christine, wow. The rocks leading in are just the foreground rocks are wonderful in this scene and sharp. David, I love the hiker on the trail and the way that it leads you into the scene. Beautiful shot.
Yep.
Again, a lovely forest scene. Not easy to do. David, nice comp with the lighthouse. The snow is interesting. Ugh, crazy winter scene and with the aurora borealis. Nice job. Nice job. Jim, we got the cactuses leading up the valley. Nice light, beautiful clouds. I remember this moment, Ken. It was so much fun having you in Cuba with us. And this is Geraldo rolling cigars, demonstrating how a small family makes cigars. And he was a sweetheart of a guy. That was a great day.
And he had a crazy collection of American hats. It was just nuts.
We were there a few times, Rick and I, and he always had an interesting American hats. That was
it's a beautiful composition.
It is
beautiful composition, Ken.
It is, and a bit of a message in a way, yeah. U.S. Open. It could be like a plead. Lee, this is one of I like the dreaminess of this and your choice of black and white. I've seen a lot of your images over the years, and I really like this one. It feels like dreamy and far. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Neil, I love the sky. I feel the edge of the sky and the balance with the water. It's really nice. This one's crazy. Rick and I were talking about it, Paul, and I looked at it and I thought, wow, this looks like some, Ridley Scott Prometheus scene. It just feels
it does.
It's otherworldly, which wouldn't necessarily be so good for the photographer if that were true. But what did I just do? Whoops, I think I went. Yeah, there we go. I just bumped it. Wow.
Yeah,
it just.
He said that he shot this with a 300 millimeter f4 PF.
Yeah.
And Iceland, glacial melt pond.
I was going to say, I'll bet it's Iceland. I think that it's just so interesting.
It plays a trick with your mind, though. It really plays a trick with your mind.
It does. It violates a few rules, putting everything of importance on the edge and leaving the middle as your negative space. And that works. These rules are made to be tweaked and to be broken from time to time. And this one's very cool.
Yep.
Wow. This is nuts. It's like this roller's tossing the grasshopper up. It's a bad moment for grasshopper, good moment for roller. Very cool. Those birds are beautiful.
It looks like it was shot through a screen.
It does a little bit. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah,
could be. Yeah, but it's a beautiful image. I remember seeing these birds in Tanzania. They're lovely birds, unless you're a grasshopper.
Yep.
Richard, nice moment. The reflections are fun in this. Another Richard. We got Richard set together. There's a little alphabeticalness going on in the way these come in, but the bit of fall color here, the darkness at the base, I assume intentional. Nice. It works for me. That hint of the sky up at the top left.
Yeah.
This is a really nice shot. Really nice shot. And I typically don't like really long exposures on waterfalls, but in this particular scene, I think it works towards what you're after.
Yeah, I would agree.
Stefan. This one just feels otherworldly again,
Yeah.
like some kind of dreamscape. It looks like
Yeah.
Namibia, but there's no dunes with these trees. I mean, they're not set in sand like I'm accustomed to. It's a snag of trees that look like those Namibian trees to me, and the giant wall back there. The light's interesting. It's an interesting shot. Interesting street scene, Tom. Wow. Crazy piano. Interesting stuff, Victor. The car lights are very cool. Very long
Yeah.
exposure. Lots going on here. Nice composition. Like the stars on the street lights to the right.
Yep.
The Tetons. Rick and I had
Yes,
stood
Carl.
here.
It's a beautiful piano.
It's a beautiful piano, Carl. Rick and I love taking groups of people here. You can't go wrong.
No, no, you can't. The
It's a
fence
beautiful
line in the
place.
front really sort of works with this image too.
Yeah, and the sage and the meadow and the trees. It's lovely. Charlie, I was up with you that particular morning, and I'm glad I didn't throw my shot of this in too. This is a lovely piano. I love your piano with this. I love the trail coming down and the people coming up. Beautiful scene, man. That was the moment too where we got a little bit of light and way to recognize it. I know this is Gary. Beautiful shot, Gary. Nice light.
Yeah,
Great
light is
moment.
lovely.
Great moment. Firenze. I spent one of my favorite summers, living in Florence, Greg, and this is a lovely image of it. I know right where you took it from. It's a place I used to go. I was studying abroad, and I would sit on the steps up to here and read my book and look out and read my book and look out. Beautiful place. I love it. Nice capture. I'd like to go back with the tools I have now. This is a great piano. Great sky. J-Doc, great dawn. Really great dawn. Love it. Way to know that the sky was the most important thing and maximize it in reflection and in the image itself. Kevin, one of the nicest Canadian goose shots I've ever seen in my life. Really. I mean,
no, I know. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. And it's like David Archer always says, and has kind of taught me, get down low, get on their level. Because if you're looking straight down on the beast, it wouldn't be nearly as good a shot. Having the water and the tail feathers frame that portrait is perfect. It's lovely.
Yep.
Yeah, this feels like truffalatries to me. I can't, Camille. It feels Seussian to me in a way. I love it. It's really nice work. You've shown us a lot of great images. I like this one. Mike, wow, just lovely. The reflections and the textures and the patterns and the way that the focus falls off and then pulls your eye right back to what's sharp. It's great. Black and white's lovely. Patrick, wow. I looked at this and whoa. We should say caber since we spent a good deal of time with you. You're caber to me now. It's so nutty. You talk about it, Rick.
Yeah, he lit the stand of trees with some high-powered flashlights, and it's just kind of, it's striking.
Boom.
Very cool.
Very cool. Very, very cool. This is amazing, Ralph. Ralph was with us in the printing workshop and had so many beautiful images. I love this black and white, the dust bath. It is.
I bet this is one of the ones Ralph's coming to the print workshop next month. And
repeat. He had so much fun. He's coming back to do it again.
Yeah, he wants to work on black and white printing, so we're going to spend some time on that.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll probably see this. We'll probably see this printed big in the studio here. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Nice seed pod there, Bob, or just flowers and seed pods. I love the bokeh in the background of this.
Yeah,
one.
Bob's actually going to be in the print workshop too.
Cool. Gyro. Sorry, I'm probably slaughtering the name, but what a beautiful backlit scene.
This is crazy. It
is
beautiful.
Yeah,
it's just crazy.
I love it. I love the mist in the foreground.
It feels like Africa, but I don't think it is. No, it's Brazil.
Brazil. That makes
Yeah.
sense. It does
Yeah.
have a South American feel, or it even reminds me a little bit of coming down the trail one of the mornings that we came down in Cuba, where I got that photo of Chap that looked kind of Rambo-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Felt like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coming down through the mist into the fields with the banana trees and everything. It's beautiful. Chris, we've seen this shot before. It's very, very cool. Captured at the fair with the Ferris wheels spinning. Really nice stuff. Great stuff. Critter. I was like, well, we don't, but you submitted it as Critter. The name on the photo is Critter, so we'll just go with Critter. It's a lovely shot. It's really nice. Well posed, well lit, well captured. Centered works in this particular scene.
Yeah.
All right. And then finally is my favorite image of the year, and it's Rick. Last year it was Gary Sherlock. This year it's Rick. This is a place we always take workshop participants in Moab, up in Double Arch. And I work this scene at sunset every year. Sometimes there's clouds, sometimes there's not. I've tried all kinds of different things. There's some interesting features down on the ground below. So if you climb up, you can try to integrate some of that. But what's really special is just the way the light plays through the mouth of the lower back arch. And this year, Rick got up there.
This is actually, I spend so much time when we do the workshops down below, shooting people up there. Yep. And I was like, I'm going to go up and see what the sun star looks like from in the distance. And so I climbed up. It's not for the faint of heart, or at least for my faint of heart. My wife would have killed me. She saw me scrambling up there. There wasn't much of a shot. Next time I'll be back down below, but
I saw him climbing up there. I said, hey, step just a little bit forward. And when I got up there, I hadn't climbed up there either. I climbed up there to be with him for a second afterward. And it's a sketchy spot to have him standing. And then I had him pretend to take a picture. So there's a little direction going on, but I got him separated out. And in the spot where I could create the star with, just partially obscuring the sun, and stop down to f/16 with my 24-120 on my Z9. And I love the sun star that 24-120 throws. It's so clean. And it's like I've been up there so many times that I know that scene, and it's easy for me to snap one off fast before Rick falls to his death trying to stand where I want him. Yeah. And it really worked out. I have so many photos of people up there that I don't know. It's nice to have one of Rick posed just like I want. It really works. And I just, the way it came out, I love it. I like it far better than if he weren't in the scene. So, all right. Enough of that and me. Let's talk about who of all these amazing images that we saw. And you're right, Carl. I just saw your note to everybody. Amazing images, everybody. Yeah. Everybody deserves a round of applause.
It's been a lot of fun the last couple of years doing these galleries, and I mean they've grown so much. It's fun to watch how people change over time, how they improve over time. We've got people who we've been looking at their images for 5-6 years, and just watching the sort of the way that they've just sort of bloomed. I think it's wonderful.
Our photography's evolved. Everybody that we've been going along on this journey with, photography's evolved, and it really has just been a joy. So let me go ahead and let's talk about who. And we'll just start with our number one winner, which to me, it's Simon. I just think that this shot is spectacular. It's so sharp. It's so well composed. The geometry of it's amazing. The sky is just perfect. And having that person staring into it would be a great shot without the person, but the person just works. And the
just
tone,
anchor it. Yeah.
It just anchors it. Yes, exactly.
And it's a beautiful black and white photograph.
It is. The toning is.
Yeah. It's this is the one where I was like, God, I wish I took that shot.
And so Naivo 60C with a medium RCI will be going to Simon. We'll check in with you. Woody's probably going to check in with you about how we're going to organize that, getting out to you. But now let's talk about our next image, which is Greg. This is just an insane Milky Way shot. I love the light painting. Greg, let us know which of the Revolution circular polarizers you want: 82 millimeter, 95 millimeter, 112 millimeter, and we'll get that out to you. It's just this image, wow, technically beautifully composed, beautifully captured, not easy to do. The light's just right, and the Milky Way composite's beautiful, clearly star tracker shots, just gorgeous, lovely.
I'm sure you'll be printing this one, Greg.
I'm sure you will, and I'd love to see it. Fabio, who we're gonna see in Mazatlan, our Italian Mazatlan participant. I'm excited to meet you in person, and this image is gorgeous. Let us know if you prefer a baseball hat or a beanie. We'll get that. We'll get that figured out. Maybe we bring it to Mazatlan, but Woody will be in touch with you about it. Anuj, the same. Let us know if you're a hat or a beanie person. This Kingfisher shot is gorgeous, just beautiful, and not easy to do. Not easy at all to do. And this image, Matt, is just it is my favorite of the minimalist shots in the gallery. Just the way that the ridgeline mirrors the clouds, and the dreamy fall off with the light on those hazy ridges leading to Mount Baker. Rick confirmed it with his love of this image. I've skied off the summit of Mount Baker about 5 times, so it's a special little peak to me. But I love it. I love it. Beautiful shot.
Yep.
Dana, I've seen a lot of African safari photos, and I've seen action shots and kill shots. This one, wow, just beautiful. The story told, and something about the two in the background, murky out there, clearly paying close attention.
Again, it's an anchor thing. It just sort of helps keep your eye in the frame to the important stuff. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's wonderful. So let us know, beanie or baseball hat. And then the last of our hat winners goes to Laura for this just amazing still life. It's just phenomenal. A beautiful image, just so well curated, and it's an interesting story. The bird in the cage somehow just captures my imagination. And then we have a few images where we're not giving stuff away, but we just can't help but mention that they stand out and are interesting and unusual and different. And we talked about them as we went through. But William, this shot of the intentional camera movement, this is a really nice one. Very, very, very cool. And I think that is maybe a little resolution of mine as well. Really cool stuff. Boo, this is a nutty multiple exposure. One of the best multiple exposures, use of that newfound ability to sort of watch as you layer them in camera. And I love the High Line, and I love the architecture around the High Line. I saw this building when I was there with my family last summer, and it's spectacularly interesting, but you threw another angle on it with the multiple.
Yeah. We talked about this when we were going through images. We talked about how it had that sort of Escher-esque look, and Darren said the same thing to me in chat earlier. It's like, it's just it just leads you in. It
does. It really does. Patrick, you always give us amazing images. And yet again, another beaut. There's just not much to critique on this. I love the rain droplets.
Yep.
Jason, my man, I can't wait to get back out in the field with you. It has been way too long. We had so much fun. Just the energy working in Moab together was infectious. And you always give us great imagery, and it's just fun to see your work, and fun to hang out when we get a chance. Corin, this forest shot, what light, what beauty, what symmetry in the chaos of the forest. That's a rare talent to be able to assemble that. And this really works. It looks easy, but it's not. Tony, man, I love this shot. But
Tony took some amazing photographs of people in Cuba. But I think this one was it. This is the one that I would have chosen. It's just so beautiful.
But it wasn't an easy choice because Tony took a lot of amazing images of people in Cuba.
Yep.
And he worked, it was interesting. He worked in a little different way, street shooting. He was using the automatic subject detection with the 24 to 120 on the Z9.
Yep.
And a lot of times shooting surreptitiously. This obviously he got them to pose for him, but a lot of his sort of surreptitious street shooting was not looking through the viewfinder, working from the hip with that auto subject detection, and it worked really well and made me kind of rethink things a little bit. Maybe an f4 zoom can work. Sandy, we talked about it. This is just an amazing nesting shot of these big birds and gorgeous light, and the background's amazing. Wonderful shot, Sandy. And Steve, that puffin shot stands out.
Yeah, it really does.
It's just
really does.
And Ralph, this was a late entry, but man, oh man, as we got it up into the gallery, but we were going through the last batch that we tossed in, that we had, a chance before the cutoff, and what a beautiful image. I'm looking forward to seeing that guy printed here in the studio, if you choose to, when we're working on the black and white stuff, this winter printing workshop with you. So, hey, everybody. Huge round of applause. Yep. Everybody submitted just amazing images. I'm blown away, and such a great crew you all are. And another fun year going by. I'm actually getting packed up right now for a trip to Melbourne to visit family. It's less of a photo trip, more of a family trip. My aunt's down there, and my cousin has a baby, and we're going to go see them. And take the kids and see wallabies and kangaroos. So I'll probably share a little bit of Australian content. We might do a little kiting if the winds are right while we're there. So I hope, and we'll be back for just in time for Christmas. We're going to fly. Yeah. It's the longest Christmas Eve in history. We get on a plane in Christmas Eve morning in Australia and get home Christmas Eve afternoon here.
Well, the kids were worried. They want to make sure Santa knew they were home.
Santa's going to make it. So yeah, I'm scrambling to get everything ready to go, but I hope everybody is enjoying good holiday time, and have a great holiday season, and we're looking forward to seeing you in the new year. And we'll talk resolutions.
What?
We'll talk about resolutions.
Yep. Resolution and resolutions.
Yeah, we'll not dynamic range and resolution, but things that you'd like to work on in photography for the next year.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, you guys are awesome. You guys have a great holiday season. We'll see you next year.
Congrats, everybody. Thanks so much for submitting such quality work and for just being all of you. We'll see you in the next year.